that was just brought on my heart. And that word is natural communication. Natural communication. And I'm referring to natural communication with anybody, but in particular, it's all about the parents, okay? Natural communicating, all right? Now, I just want to give you a disclosure. I may not pronounce words correctly. I might even stutter. I might not pronounce words correctly, but I just want to let you guys know natural communication. So for me, as a mom, a boy mom, it's hard. At first, it was hard to communicate. Now, when I started out with my oldest son, he was actually in middle school, I think 6th, 7th grade. And it was hard for me to have a conversation of sex. Okay. You know, it's all over the place. It's on social media. You know, you got friends talking about they've had sex and they're only 12, 13 years old. And in my mind, I was afraid. I was one of those mothers where, let's talk about it. Florida Evans on Good Times. That's my favorite show. When Michael wanted to talk about, whenever they had a conversation about anything that had anything to do with sex, Florida and James always put those kids or put Michael out the room every time. Or they'll send all of them out over to Walona. Okay? I am using that because I want my kids to know what's going on in this world. Okay? Now, going back to my oldest son. So my oldest son came home with a paper from school and it said sex education. And I was like flabbergasted. I'm like, oh my God. I did that in school, but I didn't know that they were still incorporating that in education in the schools. So I said, okay, let me think about it. And then something just said, what it is you thinking about? Sign that form and give it to him so that he can take it back to school. Then the following day, which I liked, they sent out a form saying that even though, you know, we are, and this is not verbatim, this is just in my words, we are teaching the kids about sex education. This is, I mean, they were talking about sexuality, you know, are you confused and things like that. And they actually incorporated the parents in that, okay? So I signed up for that because I felt like even though at the time, my support system was surrounding me. I had my dad, you know, his dad was around, my brother was around. We had a lot of positive influences in his life that could have directed him and could have had conversations with him. And so one day we were driving and he saw this XXX store. Now in Florida, where I'm from, they have XXX. You know what that means. Here in Georgia, they have like the Starlight. I mean, it's more softer. And you know, home they have all the stuff hanging out. You know, you can see it. And my son was like, "What's XXX?" I said, "Okay, now, yeah, I need to be a part of whatever it is going on at the school." So this program was 6 weeks, and if you completed the 6 weeks, I forgot if it was a gift card at the end or something, $100 gift card. But I did not join that because of the gift card. Okay, I joined it because I wanted to be able to communicate with my son and him being able to come to me without me judging him. And me judging him is me being uneducated about what's going on in the world. So I wanted to understand and know myself because all I know is what I see out in the street. Okay, sex education that they taught in high school was totally different than what they're doing now. Okay, so I went to the class and initially it was 20, I believe, approximately maybe 20 something people that signed up for the sex education for the parent because they had the parents on this side and then they had the kids on the opposite side. Okay, so guess how many came into the class with the parents that particular day, the first day? 3. So out of 20 people, only 3 showed up. Now, I would have been a part of that 20 if I didn't know any better. But I stayed the course. I learned a lot of things that I didn't even know about. And so, hence, natural communication. Now that I have 3 more after him, I'm able to have these conversations with them. And I know parents, a lot of times, we don't want to have these conversations with our children. You even have to try to talk to them at the tender age of 6, 7, because these kids are doing things that you wouldn't even imagine. And I'm not the type of mom where when my kids, now I know what I instill in them when they're in my house. Respect of others and yourself and being able to communicate. You look people in their eyes. You know what I mean? I that's what mom is teaching her kids. So when they go out in the world, like when they go to school, I can't say my kids didn't do X, Y, and Z because I'm not there. So moms, y'all in particular, we can't always defend. I didn't see what I said. We can't always defend the things that our kids are doing when they're not under our watchful eye. Shoot, they're even doing things when we're in the house. And I'm not saying anything bad that they're doing, but these kids are creative. So we have to be a step above. So I'm going to give you another example. I know one of my boys has a bad attitude, really bad attitude. And I can say where he get it from. He get it from his mama. But his mom changed over the years. So I have conversations with him about his mouth. He has a really, his mouth is horrible. Not to me, but I hear how he talks to other people when they're playing the video games, of course, and to his younger brother. So I get a phone call from the school saying, oh, your son is da-da-da-da-da. And I asked her, I said, okay, so what happened? And not saying that she's wrong, but I want to know, what was going on. I don't want you to just call me and to tell me that your son is being disrupted. What happened? You know what I mean? So she'll explain it to me, and I'm like, okay, I'll have a conversation with him when he gets home. I talk to him, and he tells me, well, everybody else was talking. I said, dude, everybody else is talking. You're the one that's getting in trouble. Use your mind. Use your brain. Come on. You are the one that's getting caught talking. And you concerned about everybody else. I'm going to tell you what my daddy used to say. If everybody else jump off the bridge, are you going to jump off of it? That's exactly what my dad used to say. So with natural communication, y'all, we need to talk to these kids each and every day. I know it may seem as though we are aggravating them, but I don't care. I'm going to talk. I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to talk. My son is 23 years old, the one I was talking about earlier about the sex education. And I still talk to him. I don't judge him. Now, I know there's a lot of areas in communication that I need to work on. And one of them is when they're talking, I tend to cut them off. And I have to catch myself at times and apologize and say, I really do apologize. I didn't mean to cut you off. This is your floor. This is your time to speak. And they say whatever they need to say, and we keep it going. But I don't want to drag this video out. But I just want to say, with natural communication, we need to educate ourselves as parents, especially if you are a single mother. Being a single mother, I see a lot of people on social media trying to make it seem like it's easy, baby. It's not easy. We go through different hurdles. I have one son that, because of an incident, he has to do virtual classes. And then I have another son, the one with the bad attitude, had 10 days of suspension because of something that he said, and we've already had conversations about that before that even happened. And then the baby boy just got not suspended, but I had to pick him up yesterday from school from fighting. So we go through things. We go through things. Nobody's household is perfect, but I'm telling you, moms and dads, we have to keep drilling in our kids the importance of being leaders, not followers. Controlling that tongue. Everything that someone says to you does not need a response. If we keep drilling these things in and doing the things that we need to do as parents, when they get older and get on out your house, you did everything that you needed to do. You did everything you needed to do, but them kids, well, when I was younger, okay. But when you were younger, what did I say to you? And you did the complete opposite. All right, y'all. Just from my heart to you, natural communication is the best thing. We have to stop judging our kids. We have to stop defending them when we know they're wrong. Now, I'm not going to tell my kids in front of people, no, I'm going to pull you to the side and say, you was wrong. You could have handled that situation way, way more different. Way more different. And I get it, they're kids. But remember, we were as well. We were kids. We made decisions, and some of us are regretting those decisions today. So, it's up to us to instill things in our kids that are positive, that will be conducive to their lives. But what they do with it is on them. All right, y'all. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Saturday, and I want you to enjoy yours. I want to leave you with encouragement. You got this. You got this. When you feel down and out and you feel like what you're doing is not enough, mom, dad, you're doing all that you can, and continue to do all that you can. All right? Don't forget, y'all, to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see some more of these videos, comment below. Love you. Bye. Hey, y'all. Listen, so I don't know why I couldn't download the clip, but I tried to do 2 clips, one with Florida, and then there was one interesting one with Walona and Penny, but I could not attach the video to this video here. So I'm sorry, y'all, but you get the gist of what I'm saying about being, using natural communication with our kids. It's very important that we don't judge them, that we listen to them. As I said before, sometimes I overtalk my kids when they're talking, and that's not a healthy thing. So I'm learning as the days go by. If you have any questions, feel free. You can comment below, and let's start the chat. All right, y'all. Bye.